What's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the podcast Never Sleeps. I'm Cameron. With me always is Jared. What's up, Jared?
Hey, welcome back.
So if it's your first time here at the podcast Never Sleeps, welcome. Happy to have you. And we have a short but really fun show tonight. And it's going to be really exciting. So, Jared, do you want to tell the beautiful people at home what we'll be talking about today, my guy?
Yeah, fun is an interesting word. We do try and have fun with these topics. Tonight we're going to be talking about something really strange. Plane crashes, right? Everybody says you're safer in a plane than in a car. You're safer in a plane than in a train.
Lies.
The odds of a crash. Blah, blah. Okay, well, it's January and we're hitting a dozen of these already. So something's going on. We got to discuss this.
A dozen.
And we're going to get into the details. Yeah. So I want to know what you guys think. We're going to talk about the crashes, some of the stuff that people might not know at home about these crashes, and some weird
occurrences.
Coincidences. Yeah. So let's get into that.
Let's freaking do it. So you ready to jump in, my boy?
Let's do it.
Let's
take them home.
End of Loki season 2.
Yeah.
Him with the green tie. It sounds like something I would make up. It really does.
A ghost, a ghoul, a goblin, a monster, a werewolf.
Went on and wrote in the comments, I was going to say that came out great.
You're off to a great start.
Yeah. We got some fun stuff planned today. We got some goods. Yes, we do. We got the friggin' goods, baby. If I say it, I mean to say it. So, yeah, we do got the goods, don't we, Jared?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm blonde.
Oh, yeah. You look different.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
I'm blonde now.
Is this like the spray where it's like a temporary thing, or is that your hair color?
This is my hair color, dude.
Welcome to you're not
I'm not part of it.
They will welcome you with open arms.
Oh, they already have.
Good.
Yeah. The community at large.
What did they do?
The blonde community. Well, we did our ceremony. Oh,
they sent you a gift basket?
No, yeah, sorry. You can join one day.
Don't
maybe.
Spoil it for me.
Yeah, you'll be there one day.
Yeah.
So, let's get into it because we don't got a lot of time. We do gotta hurry through this show a little bit. But
today's gonna be a nice quick one. But
we're gonna get to the meats. But we got a lot of meats. So let's get to what I like to call.
Yeah.
Nothing better than a messed up drop.
Click, boom.
Let's get to
the fucking
good. All right, so Jared, what do we got? Talk to me.
So you might have heard some breaking stories lately. There's been some plane crashes in the headlines.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it just a minute ago, but if you aren't aware, how many plane crashes do you think would have occurred? It's only been a month, right, into this new year. How many plane crashes do you think there would be?
It's the two,
maybe
Philadelphia and DC, right?
No. So we're at 11 now, right?
Yeah, that's insane.
Probably a half a dozen others that were near misses. Failures.
Oh, really?
Yeah, failures after takeoff where they had to turn around and land and to avert some sort of catastrophe.
Yeah. So don't go on a plane.
But we've got 11 already.
Are we fear mongering? Are we telling people not to go on planes?
Well, obviously the two in the news are the ones that we're going to talk about. But I thought I just found it interesting that planes seem to be dropping out of the sky a lot more than usual.
Literally almost a dozen is nuts.
And you know what's crazy about this?
Dig on me.
There is a young lady who she does predictions. She's a psychic, one of those online psychics with her own channel. Okay. And she posted her predictions for 2025
on OnlyFans.
Just
totally nude.
A couple weeks ago. No, but
that's how she gets her audience.
I'm sure there are several of those.
Dude, combining those, reading tarot cards naked on OF.
Yeah, and I'm sure
that's all the money.
I mean, if you have to pause and go watch those, I get it.
I get it. And your girlfriend walks in and you'll be like, no, it's the tarot cards.
Yeah,
we're for the tarot.
Whoa, I didn't even notice.
Yeah. The fact your mind went there
My
shows
eyes were
you're twisted.
Up here.
Yeah, yeah. And your mind is in the gutter.
Yeah.
It's a shame, babe.
Now leave
I
the
can't
room.
be with you anymore. You need to leave my house so I can continue watching Cooking with Kaya.
So let's hear so we know there's a couple plane crashes happened. Let's hear the predictions for 2025. Let's see what this young lady had to say. So this is this first video here, and this is right out of TikTok.
Okay, let's pull it up, dude.
So many people.
TikTok.
Yeah. Many people have reposted this, and this is one of the reposts. This isn't directly from her channel, but her name is @HawkerEye. If you want to look this young lady up. But let's listen to what she had to say.
It's not the clean queen?
This is just the piece I wanted you to hear. That's why I pulled it this way.
This isn't the clean queen?
No, that's who reposted
Do
this
have a
video.
couple of predictions
You know
for
more than me.
2025.
Oh, the
The
Hawk.
first ones that I'm
Okay.
going to
Your
start
name
with
is Ad
has to do
Hoc, yeah.
with aviation. So I have 2 predictions regarding planes. The first one I get is
While she's
a
unbuttoning her blouse.
commercial plane. There's a lot of people on board and there's a lot of people affected by it. It's
Wait, when was
basically
this?
some sort of surprise attack
Days
on a
before.
commercial airplane. It's like, I keep getting the feeling that it's an inside job, as in that it's someone who is on board
On the
and inside the
inside.
plane, or someone who works for the airline is somehow involved in this, or possibly an airport worker. The second thing that I keep getting from it is that it's a man-made disaster, so it's done intentionally.
That's
It's,
something that
plane's
just
actually
happened.
targeted. It's not some sort of malfunction that happens.
This is a targeted inside job attack.
Second one.
Wait. Okay, hold on, real quick.
That's going to bring down
Before
a
we
plane.
continue,
Yeah.
is this she's made other predictions that have come true? Like she's a predicting queen, so to speak?
I didn't dive into her history. All I know is that
Good reporting.
she made her predictions for the year, as she does. That's what she does on her channel. Is
Okay.
She reads the tea leaves and tells you what's going to happen this coming year.
Holy moly.
Psychically, she says she's seeing something strange with aviation. She sees 2 disasters upcoming this year.
Yeah.
And this is days before they happen. One is a passenger jet, and she says it's not some sort of malfunction accident, that whatever happens is going to be
man-made inside job,
intentional,
yeah.
and that some inside job is what she's picking up on. And she goes further into detail.
What? Okay.
Yeah. Thought this was weird.
So she does predictions.
Yep, that's what she does.
You are amazing. Thank you for sharing your feelings with the people on this planet. Dude, people are such sims. All right. Anyway.
In some sort of small plane, like military or private.
What?
jet,
Right?
And it's got a very important couple on board.
Interesting.
That's
I feel like
crazy.
one of them is connected somehow to technology. Like there's some sort of business tycoon, if you like. And
Dude.
they're like a champagne lifestyle. They're like the finer things in life.
So
Okay.
this is the question. That's why everyone wants to see the manifest, because they want to know who's on board.
Right.
Because that would speak to why maybe you would take a plane down.
So far, we don't know very much
No.
about the Blackhawk. Okay, and she sees some sort of military aircraft, maybe a private jet.
Dude.
We know now it was a Blackhawk
Yeah.
helicopter, but she said a small aircraft.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally.
Inside job, intentionally done, and that on board were some important people. Champagne
couple,
lifestyle,
yeah.
maybe connected to technology in some way. And I'm going to tell you more about this story, and maybe we'll be able to fill in the
Maybe
gaps
she
of
hit
what
the
she
nail on
was
the head.
seeing. Yeah.
No freaking way.
So let's continue.
So real
'cause she had
psychic?
2 predictions.
Real
Yeah.
psychic approved?
I think obviously she was dead on here. I'm
Yeah.
interested to hear some more predictions from her.
Okay. Yeah,
She
true.
go out partying. I also get this couple have a celebrity-like following, like a big following on social media, quite successful on there. So it would be household names. People would know who they are as soon as they read the headline.
What?
Y'all tell me if y'all don't think this thing.
Oh, is this the next video?
Yeah, stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, no. It is the same video.
Yeah.
But
this
it's just
person
talking
cut
about-
something else into
They
it.
stitched.
Right. So I found that to be pretty
Holy
interesting.
cow.
Yeah.
Dude,
Her-
yeah. Okay. So we need to know who this couple is.
right. So she's saying she sees a passenger
Yeah,
jet, and
uh-huh.
then she sees a small plane, and there's going to be some sort of aviation disaster.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the
GL, my boy, what up? With that gold badge.
That's the prediction. Days after she makes this prediction, if you've been watching the news at all, what happened in Washington, D.C.? An American Airlines flight collided with a Black Hawk military helicopter. Now, why is that strange? A Black Hawk military helicopter, these things are made for combat. So if they're flying at night, which they were, they would be wearing night vision goggles. Therefore, an airplane would light up like a Christmas tree.
So
okay?
somebody asked me, because they said, we were talking about the night vision. They're like, well, what do you think about the night vision? Wouldn't that obscure it? I'm like, quite the opposite.
That's what it's for.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I'm like, well, why would you? And I said, let's think about this just critically for a second. If you're piloting a helicopter, would you put something on that obstructs your view? No, that'd be insane.
No, yeah, that'd be dumb.
Yeah.
No, they put them on so that they could see better at night, and other aircraft light up like Christmas trees because
Literally.
of the heat, obviously.
Like Christmas trees, exactly right.
Yeah.
So it would make no sense
Yeah.
if they're wearing night vision. That even makes less sense than if they were not. It's clear skies.
Agreed.
DC. Okay. Anyway, we'll get into it.
So let's take a look at what actually happened. So this next video is on TikTok as well.
Yeah.
This shows the crash that happened over DC. And, we don't have to worry about monetization. So let's just rock it.
Yeah, let's just go, baby.
Yeah.
So what is it down then? Is this it?
The American Airlines plane
This is
can be
the
seen
s-
flying towards
Oh,
the
this is it, yeah.
airport before the two collide,
Look at
causing a
that.
mid-air explosion and fall into the river.
Hold on, I got to back up for the audience.
Yeah.
The airport before the two collide, causing a mid-air explosion and fall into the river.
Oh shit! I've never seen this video.
In the
Rewind
second
it if
video,
you
you
have
can
to.
see
Okay,
the Army
good.
helicopter and American Airlines plane
So look at
travel
this thing.
toward each
At
other.
speed, doesn't even try to avert.
Makes
After
no
the collision,
sense.
the
Oh,
explosion,
this is the
the
video?
airline
Yeah,
can be seen spinning
that is a
into the
direct
water.
hit.
We don't need to listen to this,
The
right?
Blackhawk was flying 100 meters lower.
Yeah, look. I was gonna say,
than
why
it
is it
was
so
supposed to
low?
be.
Because look how long it takes to hit the water.
Yeah.
Like no time at all.
Yeah.
They're not super high up. Right?
No.
So did the
400
plane just
feet.
take off?
400 feet?
Because why is the plane so low? Are they
It's
about to land?
landing,
Okay,
yeah.
damn. Dude, that helicopter is way too low.
We have the cockpit audio.
No
Well,
way.
we do. So that's the next video. So let's hear what the people, because there's air traffic controllers obviously watching this,
Of course.
and it's their job to make sure this doesn't happen.
Especially over DC freaking skies.
The pilots in the
bro.
airplane, they need air traffic control to tell them that they're in a collision path.
Yeah.
Now, the difference with the Blackhawk is it's made for warfare. It has radar. It's looking for missiles. It's looking for other aircraft.
A plethora
It has
of new stuff,
onboard radar and would see the plane. And the blip, 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 letting you know. There were 3 people operating this helicopter, this Blackhawk. So of all 3 people, military, trained to fly these military weapons
Yeah.
of war, none of them saw this.
Yeah, so-
and they flew at the wrong height.
It doesn't make sense.
The warning system going off didn't stop
Yeah.
it. Or
Collision inbound. Yeah.
the
Bing,
radar
bing,
blips
bing, yeah.
didn't bother them.
So GL did say night vision and infrared are 2 different things. So infrared is where, shit like lights
yes,
up.
but when you're watching in like a aircraft with lights on it,
Yeah, no,
and
so
burning
but
afterburners,
the heat wouldn't like reflect like it would
No,
with
yeah,
infrared.
it's not
But
gonna-
it still would light up. That's
Yes.
what night vision is for. So you can see better at night.
it would light up.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. All the
But
lights.
so yeah, he's right. We just
when airplanes land, they turn on landing lights.
Yeah,
it would light up like a Christmas tree.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
everybody on the helicopter was dead already. Ooh.
that's a good theory, and we'll go into more about the helicopter. Maybe that's
a
possible.
sound theory.
So let's listen to what the cockpit was hearing during this time.
Ah!
Georgia in flight. Pass 25, pass 100, Georgia. Reach 2017.
Tower, did you see that?
472. American 3130, go around, turn left end 250, climb maintain 3000.
Okay, left heading 350, 3000, American 3130.
Chase said Homelander over here.
Yeah.
3130.
American 3130, go around, turn left end 270, climb maintain 3000.
Clarify what you want, 478.
Did we get the cockpit view, dude?
Climb maintain 3000.
American 472 going around, we're going to climb maintain 3000.
Blackjack 3, do you have any kind of like searchlight or maybe anything on board that would help shed some light at the east end of the field? Lucy 5305, not sure if you're aware of what happened. If you want to go back to the gate, let me know. I don't know if we're going to be able to park here for the next few minutes.
Yeah, I've got no more details than what we told you, what we saw here, but we'll continue to hold short. We shut down one engine.
Right. LA 32, if you want to shut them down or if you want to go back to the gate, let me know. I don't know if we're going to resume operations in the near
Do we need-
future. It might be about 30 or 40 minutes.
Roger that. We'll wait for now, but we'll probably go ahead and shut one down too. So, yeah.
What?
Pass 25, yeah, it's Georgia in flight.
That was it. That was all vid.
Yeah, so that's them talking about. So I don't hear any panic. I don't
No,
hear
no, yeah,
any,
what?
yeah, pull up.
Wait, yeah. Hey, you're about to hit a goddamn plane.
So I don't know. So what does that speak to? I don't know. I just found
what
that
does it-
really
was-
calm and matter of fact.
Are we saying that air traffic control is super inept? They have no idea what they're doing.
Could be.
Or like the guy was like sitting back, turned around from the monitor on his
Not
chair,
even
leaning back, like
watching.
reading a magazine.
There's
fucking
supposed
just
to be somebody
chit-chatting.
watching that, like some sort of supervisor looking. up-
100%, especially, dude, it's an American airline over DC.
Yeah.
Like I said, like DC has the strictest.
And they have more traffic.
Airways.
They have more traffic there than any other airport in the country. So maybe they're just kind of just in the flow of things, and they get kind of complacent. I don't know. It just doesn't.
It just
sound
doesn't
like
make sense.
A tragedy is about to
Bro,
happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that weirded me out. It just was too.
Especially if you're the guy that's
Matter
in
of
charge
fact.
of that, and you're like, okay, I got to make sure that plane lands safely. And there's a helicopter coming.
Yeah.
Maybe I should mention it. I don't know. Tell one of them to get out of the fucking way.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
Was the Blackhawk not on their radar? Were they not able to see it? Something like that, right? Maybe they didn't even know it was there. They would.
That's why they're like chilling. Because,
Yeah.
dude, can't like Blackhawks? Because I know we have craft that can do it, but that can totally just not be invisible to radar,
Countermeasures,
especially
flying
if
at
they're that
certain-
low.
They
yeah.
went lower than they were supposed
Look
to
how
be,
low they were
which might
in
be
our
under
last
ra-
video.
Yeah. So what? It just seems
Yo,
weird. It just seems strange.
This
to
whole
me.
thing's fishy.
It's starting to sound weird.
No pun intended, because they landed in the ocean.
So let's hear a little bit about the passengers on the jet itself.
On the-
So
on the
in
passenger
this
plane,
next
yeah.
video, it's a YouTube video.
Okay.
So she did say that somebody involved in the crash would be people of note, household names.
Specifically a couple that, has
So-
a social media following.
If it's she
related
said that was
attack,
going to be on the
possibly.
small plane though, which is interesting. So let's see if there was anyone of note on the passenger plane. So that's what I have here from Entertainment Tonight. They talked about some of the passengers and who was aboard this flight.
Okay.
American
GL
Airlines.
said it didn't look like the helicopter had its lights on.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
good call
it
out
looked
there.
like that, didn't it?
Yeah, and there's some more weird stuff to this that's coming up.
More weirdness, dude.
Oh,
I don't know if I could
bro,
handle
it starts to get. This is just the beginning. It starts to get weirder as we unravel this.
Really?
Yeah.
This morning,
We're kinda starting
tragedy
with just
near our
the
nation's capital.
High level view of what did we know right when it happened, right?
Yeah.
Very little. We see
Very
a video. Okay, maybe a mistake was made.
Yeah.
But as I start to dive into the details and as things were released,
Yeah.
it gets stranger and stranger and stranger.
Well,
and stranger.
when like 2 days later when it happened in Philly, we're like, okay, wait, what's going on?
that one we're
Yeah.
gonna talk about too and show video
Okay.
of.
Let's be cognizant of the time as well, because
Yep.
we gotta
Okay, go for it.
Cool.
Entertainment Tonight.
ET.
Capital, the
This
first
is
commer-
CBS.
It's about the passengers.
I got CBS here.
Play it anyway because that's not what I have.
Commercial
Is this
airline
YouTube?
disaster
Okay.
in the U.S. in 16 years. First responders are combing the crash site, engaged in a methodical search for potential survivors.
U.S. figure skaters feared
there it
dead
is. Okay.
following the midair crash
This is
between
ET,
a commercial
yeah.
jet
Yeah.
and an Army helicopter in Washington, D.C.
This is an ongoing search and rescue mission for multiple agencies that are on the ground and in the water.
On Wednesday night, an American Airlines flight collided with a Blackhawk military
Oh, it's
helicopter
just so
over
weird
the
to
Potomac
watch.
River.
Yeah, it's
unclear
bizarre
how
and
many
scary.
skaters were aboard the flight, which included 60 passengers and 4 crew members. U.S. Figure Skating confirmed to
go.
WUSA 9 that several members of our skating community were sadly aboard, including athletes, coaches, and family members who were returning home from Wichita, Kansas, where they attended a training camp over the weekend. The organization says, "We are devastated by this unspeakable tragedy and hold the victims' families closely in our hearts."
So far, we only know of tragedy. At least 30 bodies recovered from the river as the search continues at this hour.
According to Russian state news
here's the-
agencies, 2 Russian coaches, Yevgenia Shishkova and Vadim Naumov, a former figure skating championship couple, were also on board.
Do they have a
Victims'
social media
identities
following?
have yet to be confirmed.
So they in the figure skating world, they're actually very famous, and they're award winning, and they were coaching this younger group of figure skaters. It doesn't seem to me, though, to be anyone of real importance.
Yeah. Not household names.
Not like MH370, where you had all of these engineers that were working with like.
Oh, dude. Yeah, if you haven't seen that, go check out our episode. Just type in podcast never sleeps.
Everyone on board
MH370.
that aircraft were people we did not want in the hands of an adversarial nation.
Yeah,
right.
They had knowledge.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And yes,
go check out that episode.
That.
Yeah.
So okay, so if there's nobody of note,
didn't they potentially have like tech on them?
Oh, there was tech in
right.
there. There was lithium-ion batteries in there,
dude. Go look up our MH370 video, dude.
Engineers were specific.
You got to hear the whole story because
you got to hear the whole story.
Yeah.
You're right. So go check that out. I don't want to dive too deep in that rabbit hole.
Go. Yeah, we already did that. Go check it out.
So, famous figure skaters. Okay, maybe. But I don't see anybody on there that you would intentionally try to
exactly
attack.
Not exactly America's Most Wanted. There.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's turn our focus back to the Blackhawk. Okay. So they said that there were 3 pilots in there, these 3 military pilots, and they haven't said that there was anybody else in the aircraft but these 3. But if I were to look for people that, if this was intentional, that you were trying to knock off,
get rid of,
that's probably the craft that they would be in, right? I would assume.
Sure.
So if the pilots were in the aircraft with night vision and radar and a tower and their own military liaison who's probably telling them what's going on based on radar hits and whatnot.
Yeah, and their own instruments and stuff that they should be aware of and looking at, and things that tell them, pull up, bro. Things are in the way,
of
bro.
Of course, there's alarm bells and all things
says, bro,
to stop this from happening.
Yes.
Is it possible that they were not in control of the aircraft, that somehow someone was able to take over the aircraft remotely?
Yes. Someone told me their theory that because they get microchips from China and stuff, that China might have been able to take over the aircraft remotely. But what I said was that would be the biggest oversight in American history if we were getting these microchips that allowed for somebody to remotely be able to take it over from another country. And we didn't know, and we were putting it in our military helicopters. What's the face? What's the face?
I hate to break it to you, but we made this mistake once already, where we built our telecommunications infrastructure with Chinese routers that had back doors into them. So they were able to monitor and watch all of our telecommunications traffic. And then we needed to start pulling that hardware because they were able to.
Oh my God!
So
no. So this was
examples,
like a plausible theory.
Examples here. I'm not saying this is who had them, but you're talking about your Verizons, AT&Ts, CenturyLink, Lumens, companies like that, big telecommunications companies, cell phone providers were using this gear in their backbone networks, and this gear had backdoors that China could directly log in. So if they had that oversight with our telecommunications,
we'll never make that mistake again, right?
No, we order all of these things from China still. They have all the precious minerals, and they do create a lot of the chips and gear that we put on our aircraft.
But having a backdoor where you can monitor versus remotely being able to take over a Blackhawk helicopter are two very different
Let's
things.
play this next TikTok video and let's find out if it's even possible to do that. So let's say there's a backdoor. Is it even possible to remotely take over a Blackhawk helicopter specifically?
Welcome to 2025. Well, yeah, let's see. So open TikTok and let's find out.
Yeah. Because this, I want to hear from an expert, somebody who knows, somebody who's worked with this system before.
Look, I'm really not big into conspiracy theories, but watch autonomous Blackhawk helicopter fly with no pilot.
Oh, there's no one in there.
Your eyes are not playing tricks on you.
This is released by Lockheed.
There's no pilot inside this helicopter.
Oh, no way. Who? What? Pretty lucky, dude. Jeez, man.
It's 2022, so let's face it.
Okay.
We're used to seeing
Since 22, at least. Blackhawk helicopter, you could stop it there.
Drones,
yeah.
Even motorcycles.
Okay, so we just saw literal video footage.
Yeah, that you can remote. That this was a selling point, that you could remote control your Blackhawk helicopters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, yeah. Hey, U.S. military.
Yep.
You like remotely being able to control shit? Well, guess what? Featuring Lockheed's.
Yeah,
new.
exactly. Lockheed's got a new cool little toy for you.
Yeah.
So if it can be remotely controlled, it can be remotely
You don't even
accessed.
need dead pilots or anything.
Yeah, like GL thinks pilots were probably already dead. He's reiterating that.
Yeah.
He says he used to see these things all the time. Okay, so where I was going with that is, if this can be remotely controlled and remotely accessed, that means that it can be hacked. Yeah. Anything that can be connected to remotely has the ability to be hacked. So if it wasn't an inside job and it was an adversarial nation showing their capabilities,
that'd be
we
terrifying.
have been known to show our capabilities to other countries through acts like this.
Yeah.
This is not out of the realm of possibility. We just got out of and are still going through a major drone crisis where we have drones that we can't control, track, follow, or take down, and they're flying all over our East Coast. Right after that, they're saying, how about your craft? We'll show you what we've got, but we can also use your craft if we want to remotely. That could be a possibility with this specific system.
Oh, you showed us yours. Let me show you mine.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's rough, right? So let's look at the Blackhawk helicopter's flight path and let's see if we notice anything strange. Because if it was if it was intentional, we would see maybe something strange.
A moment where it was taken over.
Maybe
something like
and where it started,
okay.
where the behavior didn't seem to
add up,
line up, right? With your usual
normal.
flight
Hey,
routes
just leaving the CIA, baby, just going to where we're going. Just regular
with
pilots,
cargo that we're not sure of yet.
Just human pilots that were alive and well,
Yeah.
and we're inside this vehicle that we're controlling ourselves.
So I've got a video of the flight path. Somebody logged it because we had the tail number after the crash. And this is a TikTok video that shows the flight path of the Blackhawk.
The flight path of the Blackhawk. That didn't rhyme.
Blackhawk.
The Blackhawk. All right, let's rock.
Now this is the flight pattern of the helicopter, the orange plane being the helicopter, okay? Look at how many planes it just narrowly misses. Now I know, you can't tell the difference between altitude, but this isn't exactly coincidental, is it?
Yo, what?
Changing directions to...
Sorry about the fucking ad.
Towards other craft. Multiple times.
And then this.
Like, please let me hit something.
Right. This is, what is it doing? What flight path is this?
As you can see here in a second,
it's not efficient.
It aims to go closer to the airport.
So now we're getting, okay, let's go to where the planes are because we're missing all of these ones.
It's like you listen to the air traffic control on this one. They're like, okay, make a crazy left turn. Now go straight. Now go up. Now make a crazy right turn. Yeah, Jesus, what is happening?
Now drop below 100 meters in altitude.
Do a barrel roll, and now try to hit the nearest plane again.
And then it just keeps flying directly towards that airline.
The only time it's on a
now, this
straight
is the flight pattern of the
path is when it's heading right towards
the
American
plane.
Airlines. Before that, it seems to be looking for other crafts.
Literally
to near miss, which is bizarre.
Bonkers.
Okay. So we heard about the 3 pilots that were on there. We got 2 of the names right away. The third name was held back for a few days.
Weird.
They said it was because the family wanted to discuss it internally before the news media released it. And we know the news always listens to the family.
Of course, right?
No, they scoop each other all the time.
Yeah.
I don't believe that for a second that wasn't one news outlet that was like, I've got it, but I'm going to hold on to it.
No, and it's not even, it's not about that. And it's not even about who got it right. It's about who got it first.
Exactly. Always. Yeah. So it's, okay. All of the news media knew this information and didn't, or not.
Or not, yeah.
So we know who the third pilot is. And when we find out who it is, their background is extensive. And it's also a little interesting. No, interesting.
Okay.
We're going to find out this young lady's career path and what she had been doing until this flight.
Her career path was a hard left, then go down, then a crazy hard right.
Yes, I think that's actually perfect. A perfect analogy.
Okay.
So this is TikTok again. Let's listen to what this young lady used to do before she was in this Blackhawk helicopter.
OnlyFans.
The Army just released the pilot's name of the Blackhawk helicopter that collided with the American Airlines flight 2 days ago, and her name is Rebecca Lobach. Rebecca was one of the 3 soldiers that passed away in the collision with the American Airlines flight
a pretty young lady.
ago,
She's
and she was only 28 years old. Rebecca was a White House aide to Joe Biden when he was in the White House, and then joined the Army as an aviation officer in July of 2019.
She worked for the administration.
She had been awarded the Army Commendation Medal, the Army Achievement Medal, National Defense Service Medal, and the Army Service Ribbon. Now, we
highly
decorated.
The
other 2 soldiers on the Blackhawk helicopter relatively soon, but her family asked that the Army not release her name until they were ready. They said in a statement, "We are devastated by the loss of our beloved Rebecca. She was a bright star in our lives. Rebecca was a warrior and would not hesitate to defend her country in battle." Lobach was from Durham, North Carolina, and she enlisted in the National Guard.
National Guard, right?
Yeah.
So they call these people in, and whenever they want, and they tell them this is your
guard the nation.
Okay, she had formerly worked directly for Biden, the Biden administration as an aide, and she was highly decorated. Does she seem like a person that doesn't know how to fly a Blackhawk helicopter?
She seems like you're the person you want flying a helicopter,
or possibly even flying a VIP. Maybe even flying a VIP that she knew, that she had met while working in the administration.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you put this pilot,
especially
if there was a relationship there?
Well, what if this guy requested, or this person who knows them? What was her name?
Yeah. Rebecca.
Rebecca. Is Rebecca, can we get Rebecca?
Right.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know how it works over there.
Right. Or they, because of the relationship there, that made them feel comfortable because they knew each other already.
Sure,
they had
there's
met
a rapport there. Yeah.
So we don't know of anybody else on the helicopter at this point. It hasn't been released if there was. But do we have any hints that there might have been somebody important on that helicopter? Well, there is a call sign for when you're transporting VIPs. Okay. And they call that a PAT. This flight was labeled PAT 25. So this alludes to them having either VIPs on board or very important cargo. So I'm going to have this video explain what the call sign PAT stands for and what it means.
Okay, this is
the next video, TikTok. Yeah. So now we're starting to get even stranger. A former Biden administration aide is the actual pilot who they didn't release the name of for days. And the Blackhawk was under a specific designation to show that it was carrying someone of importance. But so far, we haven't heard that there's anybody else on the plane on the helicopter.
Yeah.
So here we go. What is PAT?
This is a Blackhawk helicopter, just like the one that hit the CRJ. Its call sign was PAT 25. That stands for Priority Air Transport.
Ooh.
Yep.
Just like when the president enters his airplane, it only becomes Air Force One. Just like when he enters his helicopter, it only then becomes Marine One. Otherwise, those call signs don't exist.
Yeah.
So who or what entered this aircraft to change this call sign to PAT 25?
There you go. Stop it there.
It doesn't add up.
And what did the predictions say? The predictions said that the smaller craft, the military craft, would be carrying somebody important, somebody that we would know, somebody that might be even tied to the technology industry. Is the tie to the technology industry the remote access? Is that the technology side that we're seeing? Is somebody from the technology industry that we would know their name the person who actually autonomously controlled the craft and they were in it, but in it remotely, and that's their connection? Or was there a physical asset in that aircraft who was of some importance that gave it that designation of priority air traffic?
Yeah.
Why is it a priority air traffic?
Yeah.
If it's just 3 trainees running around just doing their thing that they would do all the time.
Unless there's somebody on board that is a priority.
A VIP of some kind.
VIP or the cargo is a VIP.
And you chose the pilot who worked for the Biden administration with all of who's highly decorated. You would do that for a VIP.
CT said with her sick badge looking fly.
Yeah.
Oh, she got the beast badge. I heard Barack Obama was on the Blackhawk. Conspiracy, I'm
hilarious.
sure, but I saw it on X several times.
Wild.
Yeah.
That's a wild theory. So if we see him again...
Could you imagine?
No, I couldn't.
That'd be insane.
Yeah. Oh, if we found that out days later?
Dude, that'd be insane.
Well, I think there needs to be more... Why? So yes, tell us why it was designated as priority air traffic. Why was this flight priority? And was there anyone else on board? Because right now we're missing a piece of the puzzle.
There's some. If these are the people that we know of that are on board, there's no priority.
There's no priority
air traffic there.
Nope.
There's no reason to designate it that.
They said it was a training exercise. Why would you have a priority air traffic designation for?
That's not how it works.
No. Why would you have this highly decorated former Biden administration employee flying just a training mission and give her a priority air designation? You wouldn't. You wouldn't. There needs to be a reason for that, and we're
definitely there's a piece missing for sure.
There is a piece missing. Right. The only time we see the Blackhawk in its flight path going towards other aircraft erratically until it gets its target in sight and just zooms right off and towards it.
Dude,
and we know these things can be remotely operated.
That video is crazy to see.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's so low. And dude, like, if you're in that helicopter and you have even bad vision, bro, it was right there.
No, there's 3 people too.
Like
all 3 didn't see it?
No one's looking.
The radar?
None of the instruments work and nobody's looking. Dude, there's so much oversight that would happen.
Why are you 100 meters low?
Yeah.
You're in front of an airport. You shouldn't even be flying in
You
airport
shouldn't be there,
airspace.
bro. You shouldn't even be there. Yeah.
Shouldn't even be there.
How do you hit a passenger plane that's about to land?
Yeah. The passenger jet, they're not going to see you. That's why they have air traffic
and
control.
That's fine. Yeah, exactly. But the helicopter, you have perfect vision. You can see there's no obstruction. Dude, look at the video, which was far away.
Yeah.
Like, we saw perfectly in the video.
Yeah. And the
so
controllers
how if you're
aren't
right
freaking
there
out?
about to impact, how do you not hit and like, oh shit, or you know?
Yeah.
Dude, there's no way.
Those are maneuverable as hell. You
Bro,
can do some cool
it's
stuff.
a helicopter.
in
You
Black
can
Hawk.
hover. You can literally stop in place.
Yeah.
Like, because it's a helicopter, that's why it makes no sense
Evasive
at all.
actions are immediate.
Especially, like you
can't turn
said,
a
a
big jet.
decorated freaking pilot. behind
Highly
the wheel.
decorated.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. No,
we're missing something.
And why is it priority air? What is it? PAT?
Air traffic.
Air traffic. Why is it priority? What's going on?
They're either carrying something or someone of importance. Yeah.
Yes.
So we're missing a piece of this puzzle.
It's the missing link.
So then we had just days afterwards the crash in Philly. Big news, and these videos are insane. Let's start off right away with a video of this crash. This is from NBC News, is the source, and this is a YouTube video.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
The
Chad
beginning?
is like, what is this?
Yeah. From the beginning?
Yeah. And remember, trigger warning. You're about to see something awful. Shit. So doorbell cam.
Yeah. That's a nosedive, my dude.
It made an 8-foot crater. That's how hard it hit.
It was straight.
Literally. Like World War II kamikaze.
Straight up, yeah.
Flights. Fox News reported on this as well. That's the next video on YouTube. This gives us some more video and some more context.
Shit.
Yeah.
We are following some breaking news right now out of Philadelphia, where a small plane has crashed into a neighborhood there. Take a look at that ball of flames. Our sister station in Philadelphia obtained this video from the scene. It shows parts of the plane wreckage on that street there. Now, here is a live look at the scene right now. You can barely make out the plane because there's so much response to this there. We are hearing that witnesses are reporting multiple homes and cars were on fire after the plane went down. And we're also hearing that there are several people injured. So this is going to be a long investigation going on in Philadelphia. At this time, it is unclear what led to this crash, or right now we do not have the victims' conditions as well. But our sister station in Philadelphia, they have reporters on the ground there, and we will, of course, get you all the updates we are getting.
There is a video, a little bit, if you want to scroll. There's a video of the crash in this.
Oh,
in this same video.
Oh shit. Nothing.
cars were on fire after the plane went down. And we're also hearing that there are several people injured. So this is going to be...
So do we go to the next video or no? Because it was for sure in that
You know
next
what?
one.
Okay, so before we get to this next video, because I have a video on X, is it easy for you to pull up an X one?
Yes.
If you can't, it's fine.
I can.
These are people that were sitting nearby in a building, and you get to see ground level what it would have been like if you were in the area when this thing went down. And if anyone out there has seen the video of this crash, and we're going to watch it in a second, people thought it was a missile strike because of how it looked.
Wow.
And it wasn't trying to slow down. It looked like it was.
It says the page doesn't
going at speed. Okay, so
it must have been deleted or something.
Something interesting about this Philly crash is there was actually a UAP sighted in the area of the crash.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Now we know from recent whistleblower reports that we've been pulling their craft out of the sky for a long time. How easy would it be for a UAP to start pulling ours out of the sky?
Oh, no. Yeah, let's not have that happen.
Easy. They could probably just think it and it would happen. So let's take a look at this. Next video, it shows the UAP post crash.
YouTube
is right above, is literally in
this
the
on YouTube?
airspace. Yeah, in the airspace where this happened. 8 minutes, 50 seconds.
Oh, okay.
This next video.
It's not this?
Yeah, this one. Yeah, you got it. 850.
Live coverage, a UFO. Check this out.
Short of a UAP in Philadelphia, and there was two of them, and I couldn't find the first one I saw. And I went back on their broadcast, and here it is. Watch up here.
And just almost
right there,
just exploded.
Look at that thing.
Is that what you witnessed?
What's that? How that moves, man.
What's that?
We'll let this video go a few.
When it happened, I only noticed it on the ground. I was about 25 minutes away from when the
Yeah.
Teleported.
What is it?
Yeah, and then it just starts like
it's doing the skip thing that we see UAPs do.
I only noticed it on the ground. I was about 25 minutes away.
Then a few minutes later, if you look at my other short,
You see an
another
alien
one
run by.
comes from here.
And a few minutes later,
it goes down almost in the same area.
Okay,
So
let's
it's gonna
have a little
show,
look, mate.
A UAP.
Look.
There's a UAP in this live footage of that Fox is running right now.
Okay.
Let me show you.
Oh, that's
Watch
the
right
video
here.
we just watched.
Watch
Yeah, look
this
at that.
thing.
Yeah.
Nobody's
It's in there.
saying nothing about it. See it going down? Now watch what it does.
I'm sure that just blinked up and straight back down again.
Yeah.
Yes,
Am I
we
just?
all saw it.
Saying nothing about it. See it going down? Now watch what it does.
It just went.
Watch what it does, and he keeps pausing.
I know.
Now watch what it does.
This
There it
reminds
is
me of a
still. Look at
story.
that.
It's like,
Look at the
fucking
movements.
play
That is the second one I've seen. The second one,
So
just like that.
UAP are being seen in the area
so
around
strange.
this crash.
But thank you for so much.
Thank you, Michael Bisbing's brother, John Bisbing.
Skip on this same video. Skip ahead just a little bit because there is some good context here. Here where we can see the actual crash.
Yeah, no shit.
Side of the
Say
so
there was nothing odd
that's
about
the
what
DC.
what happened. Okay.
Oh, is this
Take
the
a
wrong
look.
one?
No,
First video, the Blackhawk can be seen flying at speed over the
You wanna watch the
Potomac
Philly
on
one
the
or
left
the-
side
skip
of the
this
screen.
to the Philly. We should.
The American Airlines plane can
That's
be video.
so
You
tough.
can see the Army Blackhawk is
It's like that.
There we
Hitting
go.
into
Do we have a TS?
Oh, let's listen to what she has to say. This is
the
a Blackhawk
airplane
helicopter
incident.
pilot.
First and foremost, where were the crew chiefs? Every pilot has at least one crew chief. Most of the time there are two. So if there were two crew chiefs on that helicopter plus the pilot, 3 people didn't see the plane?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Also, it was a night mission. Each one of those crew chiefs would have been wearing night vision goggles, which highlights everything in the sky. So 3 people,
missed a
2 sets of night
giant
vision
plane in front of
goggles,
him.
didn't see the big flashing plane.
Right.
Also, Blackhawks have radar. They can tell if a missile is coming towards them. So their radar didn't show the big blinking plane.
Yeah.
This
on
is
it.
a
As
Blackhawk
someone who's
pilot.
been a passenger on
somebody who's been
Blackhawks
there,
more than
done
10
that.
times in my career,
There you go.
the one thing that I can tell you is super consistent is the communication between the crew chiefs and the pilot.
Constant.
That
Yeah, I'm
never stops throughout the whole flight.
Especially
So
if you're carrying
never,
VIPs.
ever going to convince me that this was just an accident. I am convinced that something very bad happened up there, and there was some type of hijacking. And of course, I'm speculating. There's literally nothing to prove what I'm saying, but it just doesn't make any fucking sense.
A lot of circumstantial evidence.
There you go. We got a lot of tech on that thing. I think these also can be.
Shut up.
Yeah. So, super bizarre. I thought I did. I didn't bring the video where you can see the Philly plane going straight down. It does look like a missile because it doesn't slow down. It's almost like it's speeding up. It's going boom straight to, and that's why it causes an 8-foot deep crater. We did retrieve the black boxes from the Philly crash, but we haven't found out what those black boxes say.
Yeah.
Is there a connection here? Who was on that flight? Medical patients. That's it. Just medical patients. It was a young child and their mother and their family who had just got done with an operation that were heading back to Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
In the other crash, it was a bunch of children that were figure skaters. And these are people that make it into the news when there's a crash, right? I told you there have been 11 crashes already this year. 11. But these are the crashes you'll hear about. So if you were to target specific flights and you wanted to get the most coverage possible, these are the type of poor people that you would target, right? In the case of the Blackhawk, that might be somebody important that was intentionally taken out based on the PAT designation. We don't know. Or there was cargo.
But wouldn't you want as little news coverage around that as possible?
Well, again, what is it? Is it a
so instead of hitting the passenger
adversary?
plane,
or is it an inside job? If it's an inside job, yeah, maybe you wouldn't want a lot of eyes on it. Or you do. You want it to, if you're not going to release any of the information, you want it to look like a horrible accident. Sure. But was...
Or you know what?
That flight the actual target.
Or you know what? And this isn't a bad idea at all, especially in this day and age. If you want to take someone out, yeah, you make it something that the public would talk about.
So it doesn't
there be
look
all
sneaky.
the noise in the world.
Yeah.
And so through the noise, it just sounds like conspiracy theories now.
Yeah.
Because there's so much noise around it.
Right? Everything is conspiracy right now.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Especially in this day and age. To do that, you're just like, oh, just more noise. What if, like what I just said, whoa, someone told me that maybe there was microchip China, and maybe that's exactly it or something. But they're like, just noise. Well, someone told me that, or did you see on TikTok this, or did you see on YouTube this? It's like, now it's all noise. Now it's, just lost in the sauce.
Scary stuff. Someone the other day said conspiracy theories are just the news 6 months in advance.
Yeah, that's funny.
I thought that was funny. And so we're going to update you if any more weird stuff about these flights. This just happened. If there's any more weird information that comes out, like again, the designation was new, interesting news. The young lady who was flying, who was decorated, but also worked for the president. That's interesting news.
Yeah.
The fact that you could fly it remotely was new news. With the Philly crash, we don't have much yet. We don't even have the black box. When we get some of that, if there's anything interesting, we'll cover it.
Yeah.
But before I finish out, I wanted to bring something up a little off topic. We've discussed medical examiners in the past. Whenever a whistleblower gets burned or somebody who makes some cool new gadget for free energy.
Any advance in technology where the oil companies or like big pharma, somebody can't directly make
the self-deletion narrative doesn't match up with the wound usually.
So this guy came up with a cure for cancer, and then son of a gun shot himself in the back of the head like 4 times.
He worked for this his whole life, but somehow that was the day he chose.
As soon as he released the breakthrough to the public, he zipped himself into a bag and then locked it and suffocated.
As soon as he announced it, exactly. Yeah,
I don't know why he did that.
I came across a story about a young lady who the ME said was a self-deletion. And I want you to hear what her wounds were. And I want
she was stabbed in the back 14 times.
It's so absurd that somebody labeled this as a self-deletion. So play this next video. This is a YouTube video. And I would like the audience to weigh in on this. Do you think this woman did this to herself? Because, wow.
She was a young Philadelphia woman, first grade teacher, found dead on the kitchen floor of the apartment she shared with her then fiance, named Sam Goldberg. Ellen was stabbed to death 20 separate times. 20 separate wounds.
Give me a fucking
half
break.
of them to her chest and stomach. The other half to the back of her head.
Yeah,
and neck.
that's
So
how you
Dr.
kill
Marlon
yourself.
Osborne, the
I'm
medical
done. I'm
examiner-
done.
Impossible.
I'm done. Oh! Ah! That's the fucking craziest thing I've ever heard, dude.
Yeah, they had to get it overturned and reinvestigated because the ME was like, "Oh, she did it to herself."
Yeah, dude. Couldn't believe this woman. She was really determined.
The
Over
back
20
of the head.
Oh yeah, that's insane. That's insane.
dude.
Because when you want to self-delete, that's what you do. You make it the most torturous fucking episode of all time. Yeah,
Half here, half
20, yeah.
here, half here.
So I want to stab myself 20 times. Okay, so let's do 10 in the front and 10 in the back of the head. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard, dude.
It's.
I made a
funny
joke
how
saying
silly it is. It's not funny what happened.
No,
obviously.
of course not.
Yeah.
It's the most horrible thing. And I love how they started with this woman who had everything to live for.
Right, yeah.
She was a first grade teacher, but living with her fiance, having the time of her life.
Yeah.
Literally.
She had actually scheduled a vacation for the following week.
Yeah. She just ordered all of her food to the house, fucking just picked out each meal specifically. Yeah. And then she said, insane nonsense.
Yeah. Oh, look, CT heard of this. She's like, he did it. You can't
puppy?
stab yourself in the back of the head, or let alone 27 times.
Yeah.
The parents have been fighting this for years. How sick.
Oh, when did
these
this
poor
happen?
parents, it just got overturned. This is from a few years ago. Oh. They just got the ME's report overturned and reinvestigated.
Either that medical examiner is inept and a fucking idiot, or they literally did it. They were the murderer.
Yeah, or they did it.
It's like a Dexter situation.
Right.
They work on the inside and they are the fucking problem.
And the knife was just sitting on the gurney right next to her somehow.
Yeah, amazing.
Perfectly, but not
and
a
it wasn't even
scratch on
bented or anything. It was perfect. And there was no blood on it.
So I needed you to see that because we make fun of that silliness.
We literally,
all the time.
that's our joke is, and you even heard me before, you even showed me the video. Oh yeah, no, they stabbed themselves in the back of there. They shot themselves in the back of that.
He had a double barrel shotgun and he actually reloaded it to finish himself off
3 times.
Yeah, 12 shots on a on a double barrel. Imagine reloading over and over again to keep shooting yourself. That's dumb. Let's be real. So that shouldn't even be allowed to continue. If somebody, if it's that blatant, the parents shouldn't have to fight for years to get something like that overturned.
No, and guess what? That medical examiner should lose their job.
Yeah, come on.
By the way,
Did
sort
you
of
even
off topic also.
Yeah.
I've been watching so many of these videos on TikTok of it's either like a congressperson or someone running for Congress, or one was the district attorney of this, county, and it's them getting like pulled over. And
those are great.
Dude, they're the best.
Do you know who I am? Yeah.
You're making career decisions. I hope you know that. Yeah, it's like, and
I was just on my way home, and I'm calling right now.
Yeah,
your boss.
I'm calling your chief. Yeah, I'm calling Dennis.
And then they always show up, and they're like, no. You're in trouble.
What are you doing? Here. Just take the ticket. You made this so much
worse. And they
worse.
even say you've been on camera the whole time.
I know.
Even if I wanted to
turn
help
it off.
you, I couldn't.
Turn it off. We can't turn it off.
It's too late. We recorded all.
All you had to do was take the fucking ticket.
Yeah.
And so one chick was a DA, and she's like, oh no, yeah. After all said and done, she gets the chief, everyone, the lieutenant, everybody's down there.
I had a rough day.
Yeah. You saw that one. Yeah. And they're like, Sarah, whatever her name is, you made this so much worse.
Yeah.
Why did you do this? And then she's like, just give me the ticket. I'm gonna be the one prosecuting myself. I'm just gonna get rid of it. And then
she said that
on video.
Yeah, she got fired. She lost her job.
Did she?
Yeah, she did.
Good.
She did.
Because the thing that pissed me off the most was the next video about it was her apology. And she's like, if one of my assistant district attorneys did this, I would discipline them. So I'm going to discipline myself.
Yeah.
Like, bitch.
No.
If I did that, would I be able to discipline myself?
No.
No, officer. And I know I just burglarized and arson, this building, but I'm going to go to training for.
I have a lot of work to do.
On myself. On the inside here. Yeah. But she said she's going to go to, I'm going to go to ethics training. No, officer, no, you're not going to arrest me. I'm going to go to ethics training.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I'm going home. And sometimes they just leave.
She drove to her house.
Yeah. And they have to follow her.
She pulled into her garage. garage.
I'm home now. You can't cross this line.
I know. And you know what's hilarious?
Not how it works.
I know. Yeah. You get off my property trespassing. It's like, this is a legal traffic stop, you psychopath.
Yeah, you've given us all the rights to do everything.
Yeah,
now.
we could literally kill you.
Yeah.
No, so it's funny because the only time the police act appropriately is when they know they're pulling over like some big, like
big wig.
the DA or like they're like, all right, let's turn this on. Okay, performance of your lifetime, baby.
What about the cops that have their cameras on and they stash something, like they set them up and put like plant stuff in the backseat, but it's on the camera?
It's insane.
And then the judges see the video and they go,
what
just
are you doing?
planted that. Like,
No.
Clear the courtroom, you stay.
Yeah.
We're now here
I
for
saw
your
that. No,
trial.
this guy. Yeah. No, this guy literally was a cop, and he had. So they destroyed this guy's rights.
Yeah.
Pulled him out of his house and just like total assholes. And then they couldn't find anything, so the guy had a bunch of drugs on him. This cop.
Yeah, they carry it around.
Apparently
to do this.
And so here's what he does. He acts like he's sifting through dirt, and he pulls out a bag of cocaine, like throws it there, and grabs it. Like, there it is.
I've seen those.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Thank God that's on video.
And check this out. Oh, another one I saw.
That guy's life is over.
Yeah,
you're
ruining. You're making
destroying
career
his life.
decisions. Yeah, you're ruining lives, motherfucker.
For the rest of his life,
dude. What a piece of shit you must be.
Yep, you'd have to be
like think about that.
Sadistic.
Think of how detached you are from like everyday reality. To be like, well,
this
is just
poor person
a little
that did
paperwork.
nothing wrong. Because he did nothing wrong.
You're on such a
ruin
fucking
their
power
lives.
trip, that you're mad that you couldn't get them the rights on something.
Yeah.
So you're gonna plant evidence. You psychopath, Jared. Those people shouldn't lose their jobs
now. They can't work for a public position of any kind. They can't.
And what happens to the police, to the officer every time is they retire from that position and then go to a county over and just get a job there.
Yeah,
it's a fucking joke, dude.
No, those guys got to go to jail.
The harsh sentences like these fools need to be,
because you're taking a life away.
No, you literally
that should be
are,
almost
dude.
like a manslaughter.
No, straight up, it's horrible, and just the carelessness. One video I saw, it was this guy, this black dude had like a bunch of money with him because he was like, they were paying bills. He was dropping it to like his girlfriend, right? But he got pulled over and he had a warrant. But so he's like, but he's like in cuffs at the station. He's like, please, somebody check out your officer. I heard him rip open the rubber band and stash money.
Yeah.
Please. And then the woman kept asking, well, how much money is here? He's like, well, I went to Wendy's. I'm not sure. And he like wouldn't answer her. And she was like getting frustrated. She's like, well, we'll know if he took money. How much is here? He didn't want to say, because if he says the wrong number,
then they're going to say,
then exactly.
Right.
So if he says 2,000 and then there's 2,000 or 2,300.
Yeah.
Oh, so he didn't take any fucking money.
No.
So he refused to say.
Smart.
He just said, please look at your officer.
Watch
and
the
they opened the
tapes.
door, and like the officer was sort of like standing in the way. Right behind this little like piece of paper was a bunch of money. He's like, right there. He's like, see, I'm not even going to look. He's like, he even like backed up.
Yeah.
He's like, look right there. He's like, that's my money. He took it. And then the sergeant who was like there the whole time, who thought the guy was just being an asshole, he's like, oh, and he grabs it. And the officer's like, that's not yours. It's like, oh yeah, bro. You just take fucking blues and put them in the side, you lying piece of shit.
We need to put a compilation together of those and play some of those on.
Yeah, we will.
Because those are fun to watch.
Yeah.
And it's instant karma when those guys get caught.
I know. Dude, the guy's face, because he's there like against the door, because he's literally like trying to hide them from getting
Because you know
in.
how many great cops there are out there? There's a million of them.
Oh, yeah.
And then you
tons.
get these one or two people that do stuff like this.
Yeah.
And that's what hits
Just
the
puts a bad
headlines.
name.
And it tarnishes the whole department.
Oh yeah, dude. This one, and again, I don't know if it's that.
It's so frustrating.
If it's what I was talking about before, but this chick, she like knew she was pulling over a guy running for Congress.
Yeah.
And like he's done so much for the police department. Doesn't mean you're above the law though, bro.
No.
I don't care. Yeah.
This is what it is.
And it's a fucking traffic ticket. Like he was texting and going over the speed limit
ticket.
every time. Even I don't care who you are. Even if you're like a nobody and you just have a friend who can like wipe away a ticket, take the fucking ticket. They'll tell you every time. Just take the ticket. Don't argue with the cop. Don't say, I know George Simmons. Like, don't fucking say anything.
You can do.
Don't name drop. Just take the ticket.
Yeah. And it's all on video now. There's no hiding from this stuff. It reminds me of a story. So back in the old days of Best
all
Buy,
or nothing days.
The old days of Best Buy. I heard a story
When it was
that
sales,
was really cool.
sales.
I'm talking like
Good
when
days.
there was the CEO. His name was Dick Schultz. And he was this little unassuming guy who dressed like a normal guy. Didn't wear a suit and
Those
tie
guys
and
are the best.
Right.
Yeah.
He would just come into his...
Like the billionaires who dress in flip-flops and fucking...
just because they're at that level now where...
I don't need to prove anything
the
to
Ferrari
anybody.
is meaningless. They don't need it. Yeah. So they drive like a normal car. And so he was...
Where I'm from, a machine gun doesn't add inches to your dick. You know that
great,
is? Yeah, from The Departed.
Yeah.
It gives you a life sentence. Yeah,
so that's funny. But I heard this great story where he's in one of his stores and there's an employee there swinging these keys that they used to unlock. You know, back in the day, they would unlock the cameras or whatever
LP,
it was, right?
Whatever,
okay. So he's swinging these keys. And he walks up. He's this little tiny guy too. Like I said, small and assuming.
Hey, what are you doing swinging the keys?
He said, "Hey, would you mind not swinging those keys? You might hit somebody."
Yeah.
And the guy goes, "Okay." And then as soon as he walks away, he starts swinging the keys again. He turns around, sees him doing it. He goes, "He's like, I'm just worried you might hit somebody with the keys.
You motherfucker! You! I told you don't swing those keys.
Would you please not swing the keys?" And he's like, he starts being rude. He's like, "I'll swing the keys if I want." And he goes, "No, you won't because you're fired."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Who are you?" He goes, "I'm Dick Schultz. I actually own all of the Best Buys." Yeah. He's like, "I'm the CEO, so you can't swing the keys anymore because you're fired."
Yeah. You don't have access to those keys.
That just lets you know. Like, I love that story because you never know who you're interacting with. Don't treat people like garbage.
Dude, you know what's great? So this place where I'm working now, you don't know who you're dealing with. Somebody sat down and I'm chopping it up with them. About 2 minutes into the conversation, like, "Oh, well, I work here, blah, 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 blah." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, you do work here." Like, I had no idea, but I'm like, see, like, what if I was like a dick or, you know?
Right.
And they're like, "This is my first impression." And they didn't sit down and say, "Oh, by the way, no, they
no
let
matter
me.
where you work, that can happen.
Oh, no, 100%. 100%.
You never know.
But,
you got to have like pictures on the wall or something just to be safe.
I know. Yeah, but they're like, "Oh, I work here." I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's dumb." I'm like, "Oh shit, this is somebody that could fire me like today." Yeah. Pretty wild.
Because today's a short show. Yeah, I wanted to mention two things that we're not going to get to, but please tune in next week because we want to get to a couple things.
Yes.
First, we got our first look at Fantastic Four. There's a new Fantastic Four trailer, and it looks phenomenal.
Yeah,
dude. Human
Marvel
Torch,
Minute, baby.
The graphics of the new Human Torch, the way it looks, and how he flame on or what.
We'll
dude,
talk about
it's so cool. And then the second thing is the Chris Nolan movies.
We do those. We're doing a Chris Nolan ranking.
Yeah.
From his best film to what we will argue over is his worst film.
Yeah.
And we're not picking anything beforehand. And even when I built the tier list and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to look at the movies. I don't want to
remember
any of them.
Every movie.
Because all of them are so good. But I don't want to think about it because on the day is when we got to be like, okay, where are we putting this?
And he's the guy that really doesn't do many interviews. I know so little about Christopher Nolan himself, but his movies, all of them, I mean, you have anyone out there has at least one of his films in their top 3, top
100%.
5. Yeah, at least one. Yeah. You might not even realize you probably have more than that in your top 5.
Interstellar, Inception, The Dark Knight, like, dude, some of the dopest movies.
All of the Batman trilogy with
The Dark Knight. If that's not in your top 10, I don't know what your top 10 is.
Yeah, there's Inception is freaking insane. There's more I don't even want to get into.
Oppenheimer, dude.
You already said Interstellar. Oppenheimer, so freaking good,
bro.
So we're gonna get into some of that.
The Prestige. Yeah. Okay, I'm just saying.
I know we're gonna have an Ancient and Mysterious next week. I'm excited about. So yeah, just wanted to tease a few things because we got some short
cool
episode
stuff.
tonight.
Yeah.
But
so we got a sick Marvel minute, and we got a cool Ancient Mysterious, and we got a really cool tier list.
Yeah. So tune in next week for that. Thank you for the chat today. I want to know what you think about what we know so far on these plane crashes. Did you know there's 11 plane crashes already in 1 month? Oh, sorry, 1 month and 1 day. There's been 11 plane crashes already. What's happening? Is there a connection here? UFO sightings at one of them? Were there UFO sightings at the others that we just haven't seen?
We just didn't see it. Yeah.
Is there something going on there? Are they finally retaliating? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, comment, please. Share the videos. Let your friends know about the show so they can join live and be part of the discussion. And thank you everybody today that joined live. We love talking to you guys and getting your thoughts on this stuff. So cool. Tune in next week.
Yeah, for sure. Next week will be a good episode. Yeah, guys, like, subscribe. Become a member if you want. We also have a Patreon. We have a lot of exclusive content. Not only do we have videos that we went live and then saved it. This was literally just for like our 2024 recap. that's only for members. So become a member. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, we have a lot of movie commentaries, so much cool stuff. So if you think about it, become a member. Otherwise, like, subscribe. All this stuff helps us the most. And yeah, just share the video to one of your friends. And even just tell them, don't even watch it. I'm just here to share. Send it to yourself. Get us out there. If you like the show, help us out. We appreciate you guys so much.
Yep.
But best thing you could do is like and make sure you're subscribed. And just, yeah, watch every week. We appreciate you guys. You know who you are. We love you. McKenna, good to see you.
Chase, GL, yeah.
Love you guys. And yes, we'll see you next week for a full episode. A nice, long, chunky episode. That sounded weird. Love you guys. You're the bee's knees. You're the cat's PJs. And we will see you on that flippity flop later. Skaters. Later, guys.